Hello there! Are you ready to watch my video? It's Joyce here, second year student from BSID 2B. It's a paddle duel ping-pong game and it's using Python. So let's start! So first, I installed the Pygame modules. By the way, I'm using PyCharm. Here, I just type the pip install Pygame. Pygame module is a cross-platform set of Python modules designed for creating video games. It provides functionalities for creating games and multimedia applications by offering capabilities to handle graphics, sounds, and input. So, Pygame is also popular in the indie game development community and educational environments due to its simplicity and the ease with which beginners can pick it up and start creating games. Here are the import statements that I use. Pygame used for creating video games. Random used to generate random numbers. Time provides various time-related functions, and SYS provides access to some variables. To initialize the pygame.init. To set up the window, so width and height is equals to 700 and 500. Then for initialize a window or screen for display, I use win is equals to pygame. It should be pygame.display. Then width and height. Then to set the title of the game window to Paddle Duel, I use pygame.display.set captions to Paddle Duel. To set up the frame rate, FPS is equals to 60. Then to define colors, I use rainbow colors. Then black color, white, and also blue for the ball. To define paddle and ball dimension, I use paddle width and paddle height is equals to 20 and 100. Then for the ball radius, it equals to 9. To set up the font for displaying scores, score font is equals to pygame.font, seasonal font, Comic Sans, and 15. Then for winning score, it's 10. This is the paddle class to create paddles, class paddles, then the velocity of the paddles is equals to 4. Then the initialize method, the constructor method for the paddle class, the parameters x and y, width and height and color, and also the instance attributes. For draw method, so def draw self win. And this is the method to draw the paddle on the window. So pygame.draw.rect. This function is used to draw a rectangle on the screen. So for moving method, def move self up is equals to true. Then this method is to move the paddle. If then else. Then to reset method, so def reset self method to reset the paddle to its original position. So this is the ball class to create a ball, class ball, then the maximum velocity of the ball is 5. Then the initialize method, the constructor method for the ball class, parameters, and instance attributes. Then to draw, method to draw the ball on the window. So def draw self and win. Then pygame that draw circle, these functions draw circle or the ball on the screen. Then this is the method to move the ball. So def move self. Move, this method updates the ball position based on its current velocity. Last, the method to reset the ball to its original position. Then def draw. So this method to draw the game elements on the window. These functions draw all the game elements, background, scores, center line, paddles, and ball on the game window. So when that fill the window with the background color. Def score text, score font that render. So this renders the score text into an image that can be displayed. Then this loop draws a dashed line down the center of the window. So it iterates from 10 to height in steps of height over 20.
So this is for drawing the paddles and balls. So for paddle in paddles, then paddle.drawing. This loop iterates through each paddle in the paddles list and calls its draw method to render it on the window. So ball.drawing method is called to draw the ball on the window. Then pygame.display.update is for updating the display. Handle collision function. So this method to handle collisions between the ball and paddles. So these functions check and handles collisions between the ball and the window boundaries or paddles. Then the parameters: ball, the ball object, left paddle, and the right paddle, the paddle object. Then the ball collision with right paddle. Then this is the ball collision with left paddle. So it checks if the ball is moving towards the left paddle. And now this is the handle paddle movement function. So this method handle the paddle movement based on the keyboard input. So for moving the left paddle, so check if W key is pressed for the top edge and also the S key is pressed for the bottom edge. For moving the right paddle, so check if up arrow key is pressed for the top edge and also the down arrow key for the bottom edge. And now this is the game over function. So this method displays the game over on the screen. So this is the bleeping or drawing the text on the screen. So when that bleep, it draws the rendered text images onto the game window at specified position.
Then Pygame.display that update, so this updates the game window to reflect the changes. This makes the game over screen with the text visible to the player.
Then let's fix the errors because it's getting red. And now we are on the main function. So the main functions initialize the game, handles the game loop, process events, update game objects, and renders them to the screen. So it also includes the game over logic and level progression. So this is how title screen display on the screen. So title font, this is how the Paddle Duel title display on the screen. And now this is how initialize game variable. So run, a flag to control the game loop, then the clock, object to manage the frame rate, level, indicate the current level of the game starting from level 1, then left paddle and right paddle, instances of the paddle class for both players. Also left score and right score, scores for the left and right players respectively. This is the main game loop. So while run, clock that take FPS. So this event handling quits the game if the close button or escape key is pressed. Then reset the game if the return key is pressed by resetting the score ball and paddles to their initial states. So this is the main game loop. Handle input and update game object. So here keys equals to Pygame.key press. So paddle movement updates paddle position based on the keyboard input, and ball movement moves the ball and handle collisions with paddles and walls. And this is the score handling. So here increases the score for the appropriate player when the ball goes out of bounds and reset the ball. And now this is the game over and level progression. So here, game over check if either player reaches the winning score. So display the game over screen for 3 seconds, then reset the scores and advances the level. So if all levels are completed, it ends the game. Otherwise, it adjusts the game settings for higher levels like increasing ball and paddle speeds. Then drawing the game elements, draw these functions to render paddles, ball, and scores on the screen. Then Pygame.quit, it means that exits the game and closes the Pygame window. Lastly, the main functions handle the entire game life cycle. And it's done. This is the whole code of the game Paddle Duel.
And now this is the result, a simple paddle duel ping pong game using Python.